Hi, this is Drew Page. Welcome to the Drew Page channel. What is the wrong way to get into law school? That's what I want to talk about today. I've had a commenter or two ask me, how did I get into law school? What was the process to doing that? And to be honest with you, the way that I did it was totally wrong. But at the end of the day, it's all worked out in the end. But before we jump in, please subscribe to my channel and like this video to help with the algorithm. I decided later in life to go to law school. I was about 26 years old. I had already started a career in teaching and was working in ministry and doing some other things, but I always had a passion for the law and for trying to help those who were bullied for reasons that'll be in another video. So I decided to apply to several law schools, and before I did that, I had to take what was called the LSAT, the Law School Admission Test. And thinking that just like every other test I had done in high school and undergraduate, I thought I'd do just fine at it. So I didn't prepare for it. And to be honest with you, I got an extremely low score the first time I took the LSAT. And it was very disappointing, but it was also eye-opening that I needed to put in the work and put in the time to get that done. So I took a class, I believe it was Kaplan. I'm not getting paid anything for them to say that. I don't even know if they're still in existence. But I took a LSAT prep course with them, and it improved my score by about 10 points. I believe I got a 148, and then I think I got a 158 or somewhere around in there the second time. It may not be exactly that, but it was somewhere around there. So putting in that work was something I should have done to begin with. So if you're thinking about going to law school, make sure that you spend the time and investment up front to get a good LSAT score to begin with, because that prevented me from being able to get some scholarships and other things my first year that if I had a higher score, I would have been able to get. The second issue has to do with the schools that I got accepted to, sort of. So I was accepted to Regent University Law School, but I was also accepted into the probationary program at Campbell University. Campbell was where I had just completed my undergraduate studies in government. So I really wanted to stay there, plus I was living in North Carolina at the time. So I called Regent and thanked them for my acceptance, but I turned them down initially and was planning to go forward with Campbell University's program. Now the probationary program was this. Before the school year started in the summer, we had to take 2 courses. Both of them were property related. And in order for us to be fully accepted or guaranteed an acceptance into the law school class, we had to get at least a B in both of those classes. And so we went through a summer course, and then we were taking exams. Well, during the summer course, I had the same thought process I did before I took the LSAT. I was like, oh, I've made great grades at Campbell. I've done well. I'm not going to have any problem figuring this thing out. It's going to be just like any other class. And so I went to the classes, but then after that, I went to Keith Hills and played golf on their beautiful golf course. And didn't worry about having to study because I knew I could figure it all out. It's just like undergraduates, no problem. And unfortunately, I did not do well. I got a C in one of the classes and a D in one of the other classes. So I was not given admission into the Campbell program. Well, knowing that I had a goal of becoming a lawyer, I was running out of options. So I actually called Regent back and I said, I know that I turned y'all down. Circumstances have changed, and I promise you that if you give me an opportunity to attend your law school, I will be the hardest working law school student you have ever had in your life. And fortunately, the admissions counselor was gracious and opened the admission back up, and I was accepted into Regent University Law School in 2007. So that's how I got into law school. Now, I kept my promise too. When you look at my resume and the things that I did while I was at Regent, I made law review. I was in the top 10% of the class. I was actually number 11 in the class. I was published in the law review. I was the chair of the trial advocacy board. I was at least a semifinalist in every intramural competition that they had. I was a student research assistant. I was a graduate assistant. I was the associate presiding officer of the Honor Council. If there was something that could be done, I did it. And I did it while maintaining my grades in school. So I believe that I kept my promise of being their hardest working student that they've ever had. But that's not the way that I would suggest that you go to law school. If you're preparing for law school, number one, make sure that you get a good prep class for your LSAT. Number two, make sure that you know and are sure of which school you want to go to and what your possibilities are. And once you get an acceptance, just get in. You know, there's people who do videos about whether you should go to law school unless it's an elite school or something of that nature. But as I'll do in a later video, it doesn't matter where you go to law school unless you're trying to be in like a big firm or you're trying to be in some political positions or something like that. All you have to do is get in and graduate and pass the bar, and you have an opportunity to be successful. And we'll talk about that in a later video. So I hope this is helpful and encourages you that no matter what difficulties you face, no matter what struggles you have in trying to reach your goal, if you're persistent, you work hard, and then you prove yourself in the marketplace, you can be a success story no matter what obstacles and circumstances you have to overcome. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video to help with the algorithm so it can be an encouragement to those who may be looking to go to law school. And I look forward to giving you the next video in my 30-day challenge. Take care.